this, the draft, the 67th one. To the podium.
With the first choice in the 2002 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select David Carr, quarterback from Fresno State.
Now, how can you boo that here? It's not like this is a surprise. Hey, look, 6'3", as Mel talked about.
Well, let's see what happens, but you know why they made this move. Because this could be once every now and then you get a guy like this.
With the third pick in the 2012 NFL Draft, the Cleveland Browns select Trent Richardson, running back, Alabama.
So the Cleveland Browns, 4-12 a year ago, in a division where you got to figure out a way to move the ball against the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Cincinnati Bengals, all of whom made the playoffs.
Roger Goodell across the podium, and now the question becomes, will this be the first time ever 4 quarterbacks in the top 10 picks of the draft?
The Oakland Raiders have traded the 10th pick to the Arizona Cardinals. With the 10th pick in the 2018 NFL Draft, the Arizona Cardinals select Josh Rosen, quarterback, UCLA.
And we've got history. First time in the Common Draft era, 4 quarterbacks go in the top 10. He was called Chosen Rosen when he showed up and was handed the keys to the kingdom as a freshman at UCLA. And Arizona has chosen Rosen to give him the keys in 2018. Bradford is there. Glennon is there. Rosen is the future. Josh, give you some hints. Find Larry Fitzgerald early.
The third choice, the Cincinnati Bengals select Akili Smith, quarterback, University of Oregon. The Indianapolis Colts are now on the clock.
Akili Smith, a duck, trying to follow in the footsteps of Oregon quarterbacks like Hall of Famer Dan Fouts. A rocket arm who skyrocketed up the charts in the NFL draft like not only no quarterback, but maybe like no player we have seen in 1 year, Mel.
No question about it, Chris. He was basically an undrafted free agent when the season started, moved way up the draft board into the second round, then into the first round, then into the mid-first round. Then he was even being discussed a couple weeks ago as maybe the #1 pick overall. You watch Akili Smith, the tight spiral, the RPM, and the productivity this year. Remember, they call him the one-year wonder. He put it all together this season. Watch the ball. Look at that release. Look at that tight spiral and the zip on the football. Unbelievable arm strength. John Elway, Burt Jones type arm strength. That's what Akili Smith possesses. And I think that's the difference with Akili Smith. The arm strength there, the mobility as well. Watch him here against Michigan State. Not only avoid, but then have the sense to...
2 decades. And now let's go up to the commissioner for the
First pick
the new Cleveland
in the 1999 draft. The Cleveland Browns selection is from the University of Kentucky, quarterback Tim Couch.
This is a young man from a town of 350, Hyden, Kentucky, coal mining town in southeastern Kentucky. The nearest movie theater is 25 miles away. The nearby towns, his dad, Albert, is from Thousand Sticks, Kentucky. Held for Certain, Kentucky is right down the road. Hazard, Kentucky is right down the road. And from that small town, Tim Couch has proven himself at the University of Kentucky. He's made everyone in the community and the state proud. And now he is the first player selected ever by the Cleveland Browns. It's a wild ride, but you know, I think he has his feet on the ground. We spoke with him a little bit last night.
With the second pick in the 2017 NFL Draft, the Chicago Bears select Mitchell Trubisky, quarterback, North Carolina.
just got interesting. Mitchell Trubisky, hometown Mentor, Ohio, 30 miles outside of Cleveland, was a Mr. Football there. Went to North Carolina, sat behind Marquise Williams for a few years, got 1 year starting, 13 starts, 8-5 in those 13 starts. The Chicago Bears, who in the offseason paid big money to Mike Glennon to go there and be the quarterback. It's a 3-year deal, but really a 1 year and we'll see deal for Mike Glennon at $14 million. And it may be, we may not see, now that they have picked Mitchell Trubisky, Mel, a shocker, not defense, a quarterback.
Well, when you talk about a quarterback, Ray, he only started 13 games in his career. I thought he needed to go back.
And momentarily, the Green Bay Packers will make it official.
Round, tackle Tony Mandarich, Michigan State. Next up, Detroit
Lions. No
Lions.
doubt about that one, certainly. Now, we have just been to Irving, Texas, and heard Jerry Jones, the man who's going to be paying Troy Aikman $11.5 million over the next 6 years, talk about his selection of Troy Aikman. Now, Tony Mandarich, the devotee of Guns N' Roses, the 300-and-some-odd-pound offensive tackle, a man the likes of whom we have never seen. Tony Mandarich is the draftee. This guy, once in a lifetime.
He's a great player, Bob. When you watch him, he just dominates play after play. Great physical.
Second pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the St. Louis Rams select Greg Robinson, tackle, Auburn.
6'5", 332 pounds. Mother's Day weekend, wrapping those 35-inch arms around his mom.
I love that.
Isn't that awesome, Michael Irvin?
I love that part of this show, man, on this weekend.
Every time I'm here, it takes me back to my draft and that experience.
Yes.
It's the best reality TV there is.
Yep.
The best.
Yep.
Look at the picture.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
A dream's coming true. This is actually, you're watching these guys dream, manifesting to its physical reality. Every kid started out saying, man, one day I'm going to get an opportunity to play in the NFL. And this kid right now walking that walk saying, boy, this is the reality right now.
Hey, Marshall, take a look at him, okay? First tape I put in, Orlando Pace. That's the first guy I thought about.
Just think about this. If you are a left tackle going to an organization, there's no shortage of advice you can get.
With the second choice in the draft, the San Diego Chargers select quarterback, Washington State University, Brian Leaf.
The hugs from the Leaf Brigade, or I guess we should call it a forest. Why not? Because there's lightning bolts here at Dawning, the theater in New York. Brian Leaf from behind stage to front and center. And like I said, great pedigree with throwing the football at San Diego. He stays on the West Coast.
And he only had 32 members of his family here last night.
Why not? I said it's a forest.
It's great. It should be. You're right.
And you know what's best about these kids is I say they're kids, but these young men who we've gotten to know a little bit, and I don't know either of them well, but they're just fun to be around, in addition to fun to watch play football.
They are, and in sitting with them last night, having a chance to visit with them, both of them have made this simple statement. They're ready to get it started now. They're ready to get it going. They want to get on to the next level of their life, and now the moment has come.
Is the ceiling higher in your mind for Ryan Leaf, Mel, than it is for Peyton Manning? As Alex Spanos, the owner of the Chargers, he brought 2 jerseys too. He could file that Manning jersey and sell that at a charity auction. There he is, Ryan Leaf, 16. Is the ceiling higher on him, perhaps?
Well, I really believe, Chris, when you look back at this trade, San Diego moving up from 3 to 2, 5 years from now, it may not.
With the first pick in the 2007 NFL Draft, the Oakland Raiders select quarterback Jamarcus Russell, LSU.
Five and a half, 260 pounds. You saw him throwing his knees over 60 yards. Jamarcus Russell, who last year threw for over 3,000 yards, 68%, 28 TDs and only 8 interceptions, played big in the big games, and now He's the #1 overall pick in the 2007 draft, making it 8 of the last 10 years a quarterback going #1, Mel.
And you're right, look at this, Boone. Oakland taking a guy like Matt Leinart or Jay Cutler last year, they could have taken Calvin Johnson. But the quarterback situation, the way it is right now, Jamarcus Russell is going to immediately energize that Raider Nation, that fan base, that football team on the practice field, in that locker room. 3 years from now, you could be looking at a guy who's certainly one of the elite top 5 quarterbacks in this league. And I think when you look at the difference between Brady Quinn and Jamarcus Russell, everybody says it's the superior physical ability. Brady Quinn's a big guy. Nobody has an arm like Jamarcus Russell, and the mobility is a little underrated. I think that slow, deliberate motion is a concern. Having great receivers running wide open, the NFL, that's not going to be the case. Obviously, he'll need a little time, but you're talking about a 2 to 3 year period once he's under center. Look out, because skill level that he has is certainly John Elway-like.
You know what? The Raiders kept it to the end. They made the pick and then called him. That's why he's not right up there and say, we can't tell you yet. Oh, now you're picked. He obviously just met Al Davis over the phone. You know what is interesting is we go to 8 out of 10. 98, Peyton Manning, home run. 99, Tim Couch, not so much a home run. Michael Vick in 2001, exciting, we'll see. 2002, David Carr, on to his second team. 2003, Carson Palmer, we think he'll be great. 2004, Book still out on Eli. 2005, Alex Smith. So you're seeing, just because you're first with the quarterback, you're great.